You're listening to Fountain of Thought with your hosts, Dennis Fountain and Sunny Rain. One small step for man, one giant leap for America.
This show contains adult themes and language. Listener discretion is advised.
Good day, morning, evening, whatever it may be for you, and welcome to the Fountain of Thought podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about anything and everything, and just like the Cole Porter musical, anything goes. I threw that in for you, Sonny. Call in or leave us a voicemail on our listener line at 413-612-8037. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at TalkFOT, subscribe on YouTube and Rumble, or visit our website at fountainofthought.com for contest registration, shout-out requests, and so much more. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my utmost pleasure to introduce to you my co-host and broadcast partner, Mr. Sunny Rain. Sunny!
Well, it's happening, Dennis.
Boy, it's a little chilly where you are, huh?
Igloo, Alaska.
Igloo, Alaska. Where is
Igloo,
that?
Alaska.
I've been to Alaska. Where is Igloo, Alaska?
It's very north. I'm up here doing some Yeti hunting.
Ooh.
Do you know what Yetis are?
Well, Yeti is like the Alaskan Bigfoot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see any?
Not yet, but we're
No?
working on it.
You're working on it. How about any signs of them? Any like Yeti dung or anything, you know?
Lots and lots of Yeti dung.
Lots and lots of Yeti dung? Okay. All right. So before we kick off the main topic here.
I weighed myself today, you know.
Yeah? And?
I'm expanding nicely for the holidays.
Just like the turkey, we're going to slice you up.
I got a fourth chin.
What's his name? What's his name?
Chubby?
Chubby! Too chubby.
Hi, my name is Chubby.
I don't know why that gets me every time. I just find that so freaking funny. Okay.
Could you see through all that chub?
Go ahead, do the whole thing. Do the bit.
No.
Yeah, come on. Do the bit. Please do the bit.
I'll do it later.
Oh,
I can't do it. I can't do when I go inside. It's too cold right now.
You tease.
And I want to go inside, but I lost my keys. I just called my cousin's bringing another set over so I can get inside because it is freezing out here.
Okay. All right.
So what do you got for us today? What are we going to yap about?
Well, I want to talk about YouTube to start off with. And believe it or not, I am going to give YouTube a compliment. I am very pleased at what YouTube has done, and I will elaborate. Last week, I received an email from YouTube, and they said, hey, listen, you've been banned for life. And I was like, what? And they said, yeah, after repeated violations, we're banning you for life. And I was like,
I took that very personally, too.
Yeah. I'm like, what repeated violations? First of all, I know they dinged us on two things. One, they dinged us because we played a little bit more than we should have.
Don't say it.
Of a song.
Don't even bring it up.
Don't even bring it up. And then another one of our episodes they didn't even listen to, and they deemed it was inappropriate, but it wasn't. They said that we were promoting something, and we weren't. We were actually against it. And then this last one, they came and they said that, you know, we were in violation of community standards. And I said, well, I'm going to go and fight it. So I went to go fight it, and it said, please state why you feel you were not in violation of the community standards. And I said, well, I don't know, because you didn't tell me what they were. They didn't say what was wrong with our show. They gave us no explanation of anything.
No, it's not that they didn't tell you what the community standards were. They didn't tell you what violation
exactly
you did against the community standards.
Right. So so I was upset, and I wrote them back.
And it had to be you because
you never make it.
Community
No,
ever.
Never.
Just ask Facebook.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I wrote them back, and I said, hey guys, listen, I don't know what's going on. And they sent me back a very nice reply. And they said, we listened to the episode, and believe it or not, we were wrong. We made a mistake. And they actually apologized. They said mistakes happen. and we are back on YouTube. So, but I knew that was always going to be a possibility. So we have the the Rumble account just in case this happens again. We always have a backup, just like a good Boy Scout. Always be prepared, you know.
Just like our days of live disc jockeying. Always backup stuff.
Always carry a backup. So yeah. So YouTube,
I always carried a backup bottle.
Yeah, you did. And Dennis, play along song. I'm gonna just get some air in the back of the pickup.
I never had hiccups.
Yeah,
Never.
that's true. You never did.
Never did. You never knew.
I never knew. Never knew.
It's a secret.
Secret. All right. So what I want to talk about today is charities. And my original topic was going to be probably, I don't know, I thought it was interesting, but I was going to talk about Air Force One because that's interesting. I like it. But because of this Trek thing that we went to, I began following William Shatner on Twitter, and he's got this big fight going on with a bunch of people about Autism Speaks and whether it's a valid charity or not. And I've had this discussion. Oh, there's my dog. Say hi, everyone, to Fluke. There he is. There he goes. I have this discussion all the time with people about Lions Clubs because they want to know where the money's going and where it's not going. And there are very few organizations out there where a lot of the money that you donate actually goes to it. So that's the topic we're going to talk about because I figured, Shatner got me interested on it. Let's start off with it. So, and by the way, I apologize for my dog in the video. The first thing I want to talk about is
why are you apologizing for your dog in the video?
Well, because
you have something against dogs?
Oh no, I love my puppy.
Okay,
I love my flukers. So let's talk about who's giving. So who's giving to charities? And I don't mean like Republicans or Democrats. I'm sure there's some breakdown for that. But just in general, where does the money come from when you donate to a charity? And some of these numbers surprise me because I thought that, for example, corporations and big business, I thought they were one of the largest contributors. I know that at Lions, we're always trying to find, grants from these companies and big donations from these companies. They're very hard to get, and we almost never get them, and now I know why. 5%. In all of charity, corporations give 5%. So if you take the total of charities, 100%, 5% of that money comes from corporations. 9% comes from bequests. Yeti? Was that a Yeti sighting?
I heard something.
I didn't see anything move.
Shh. Did you smell that? Okay. Go ahead.
Is the Rock cooking something? No? Okay. 9% comes from bequests. So if you die, you leave some amount of money to charity. 10% comes from foundations. Lions Club has a foundation. It's Lions Club International Foundation, and we give money to that, and they do disaster relief and all kinds of things. They go further than what we can locally. There's nothing there. If I see somebody coming or a Yeti, I'll give you a yell. There's nothing coming. Don't worry. I don't want you clawed. All right. And individuals give 76%. So the vast amount of money that comes from charities is from you and me, people like us, just regular old people that give the vast amount of donations. I will tell you that from being a lion and standing in the street and collecting money and selling things and going door to door and all the pancake breakfasts and everything that we raise money with, the less money you have, the more you donate.
Oh, absolutely.
It's amazing of the amount of people that don't have any money donate. I'm not saying rich people don't. That's not what I'm saying, but the vast majority of them don't. When you look at somebody like our president, who I've contributed more to charity than our president of the United States has, and that irks me. That drives me crazy. I just don't. So, false alarm. I thought I saw something. You're good. Did you hear something?
No, I'm still trying to figure out who the president is.
So is he.
We have one?
Yeah. All right. So where do you think the money's going when people contribute? They're almost 80% of the people contribute. Where do you think the money is going? What charity is it going to?
Well, it depends what charity you're sponsoring or which charity you're choosing to represent. And
So what would you
Also,
think?
it's also your intentions too. If your intentions are that you truly want to give to charity, or are you doing it for a tax write-off? Just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
Because that also but that does play a part in the reason why some people, they dump a sum of change into something because,
you can deduct it.
They got to get rid of it. Yeah. But
even you and I can deduct it. I mean, you got to schedule,
yes,
you got to do the long
I
form and crap like that.
I understand that. But anyway, I'm sorry. I kind of veered from your question. What did you ask?
No, where do you think, what charity do you think people give to the most? And I don't mean specific, but I mean in general. Where do you think?
I'm going to, if I had to guess, I would probably think the American Red Cross.
All right. Well, I was thinking something along those lines. I was thinking that it had to be for, to help cancer or heart attacks or diabetes or something like that.
I thought you meant a specific
charity.
No, that's what type of charity?
Yeah.
Yeah, health related.
Yeah, that's what I would. That's what I thought too.
I would think is the number one. Although I don't know, animals is up there too, dude.
You think so, huh?
No.
Okay. So uncategorized. I didn't make these categories. They came from a website. So I didn't make these categories. But other is 2%. The environment and animals is 3%.
That's it.
That's it. That surprised me. 3%.
Wow.
Yeah. Arts and culture is 5%. International donations, so something that goes out of the United States overseas, 6%. Society and social, 7%. Now here's where my thought came into play. Health, 9%. And the next one is human services, so that could be combined depending upon how you look at it. Possibly you could combine that. Foundations, like the Lions Club International Foundation or other ones, is 11%. Education is the number 2. 14% of people donate to education. That surprised me. And the number 1, and it doesn't surprise me, I just never thought of it that way, religion. 31% give to religion. So that's the big ticket item.
Wow.
So this spat that was going on with Shatner was about Autism Speaks and whether it was a valid charity or not. I will tell you that Autism Speaks is a valid charity. Money they raise does go to help autistic families and autistic-related disease and research and all of that stuff. But now you want to wonder, well, how much of it is? What percentage of your donation goes to these places? This is where I think you're going to get shocked. All right. Now, it's real simple to do. You can do 2 things. One is you can go to the IRS. It's really simple to do. You go to the IRS and irs.gov/charities, and you can fill in what you want for information. You can do, if you know the name of the charity, you can fill it in. If you know what state they're in, you can just look at charities in your state, your street. It's very informative. But that's the number 1 place you want to go. You want to go look there, and that's going to tell you whether it's a valid charity or not. If they're registered as a 501c3, C4, there's a couple different ones. But basically, the 501cs are nonprofit organizations. You have a question? You look perplexed.
No, my shoulder, the cold. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So that'll tell you whether they're valid and whether they've are registered correctly. That's probably your number 1 choice. If you don't care about that and you just want to see about other things, it's a site called Charity Navigator, and I've been going there for years. It's a very good site. It's charitynavigator.org. That's the website. And you go there and you literally can type in anything, and they're going to tell you everything about that charity. How much money they make, how much money they donate, and whether they're good with their fiscally responsible, all kinds of things. They break it down in all kinds of ways. So this is where I think people are going to start to be, surprised about the results because we're used to certain things. Give me a charity you think's a big charity.
A specific charity that's a big
now
charity?
We're looking for a specific one. What do you think is a specific charity?
Monetarily wise?
Anything that you had mentioned American Red Cross before. Just give me some charity.
Salvation Army.
You want Salvation Army?
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, that's one I could not find specifics about. There are 2 I couldn't find anything. The American Legion and the Salvation Army. I couldn't find any of those. And I don't know if it's broken down because if you have to, like, the American Legion would be post number, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if that's broken down in the IRS that way because I could not find any information about those two. So you picked one.
Well, for the
can't
purpose
help
of conversation, let's say, Lions Club.
Lions Club. All right, 100%. 100% of the money donated to anyone in Lions stays in Lions, and it goes out to people who need it. They don't keep any of the money for administration costs. They don't pay any salaries, nothing like that. 100%. 100%. All right? So let's stick with that. What's 100%? What are some good charities out there? So Lions Clubs is number one, especially in my book. The Rotary, also 100% of the money you give the Rotary goes to their charities. The DAV, Disabled American Vets, 100%. Ronald McDonald House, 100%. Now, there might be others, but that's the last of the biggies that I looked at, the well-known organizations, the ones that everyone would know. Now, there are zillions of them that are out there. I mean, literally zillions, and I'm not belittling any of them, but if they're a smaller charity, I don't know that, I'm not going to go look them up. So I'm sure there are other charities out there that are 100%. But these are the well-known ones, the top 20, 25 or so. All right. So the Tunnels to Tower, 97%. The VFW is 91%. Save the Children, 87%. Also 87% is the Michael J. Fox Foundation.
All right. Now, let me just hold up right there. Now, when you're talking about these percentages now where we're not at 100%, where's the
so if
7% or the 6%? Where is that actually being
given? Right?
Given or where does that show up on the spreadsheet?
Okay. So you can go in, like I said, if you go to this Charity Navigator place, you can delve into each one and find out exactly these numbers. Most of it goes to salaries. So it'll go to pay people, secretaries, CEOs, things of that nature. Some of it will go for advertising. Some of it may go for, a ball that they're having. Who knows? Who knows where they spend their money. But if you go look at that site, it'll tell you what some of it is, especially the salaries. They're all posted. You have to post a salary if you're a 501c. You got to post that information. So that's a good question. So you wonder where the rest goes.
So getting back to things like Lions Club, there's no salary positions, I take it then.
There are no. We have salaried positions, yes. We have an office in Oak Brook, Illinois. That's where our main office is for Lions. And we have a slew of secretaries and office workers and that type of thing. But all of that payment for them comes from our dues. So we pay our dues, and the dues pay their salaries. Nothing raised from the public goes to that.
So the dues are not considered the charitable fundraising, right?
Because it comes from us,
right?
Yeah,
it's the monies. It's the monies and stuff that say you're doing a tag sale or
like in
sale or selling candy bars or whatever. Those types of profits would go towards the charity,
right? Anything that comes from the public goes back to the public, right? So like and I trust me, I know Lions very well. Postage stamps, post office box rental, envelopes, letters, our website, anything that we have to do that needs to payment comes from our dues. It's all generated from our dues. So it comes from us, the individual members. It does not come from any money raised from the public, whether they've given a direct cash donation or whether they bought a raffle ticket or whether they bought some pancakes. It doesn't matter. Any money from the public goes right back out to the public, and so do a few of these other organizations, as we say. Now it starts to get a little tricky down the line because now we'll go to Unicef, which is a huge one. I remember in school, and you probably did the same thing. We're same sort of. We had these little boxes with the little handles. We went at Halloween time and collected money for Unicef. Did you guys do that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so that was a big thing for when I was growing up. That was a big thing, UNICEF. So UNICEF, 85% of their funds is used to help others and go to the public and whatever their charities and their causes are. That's the other thing you can do, by the way, is when you go to this Charity Navigator website, it's going to tell you what their mission statement is, what their purpose of that organization is. But here's the kicker. So Unicef, their CEO, guess how much money he makes, or she. I don't know whether it's a he or she.
Probably a substantial amount of money.
Which you would think what, $100,000? That is substantial.
I would say it's not as much as what the CEO of Goodwill gets.
You are correct. $1.2 million.
Now, is that necessary?
What do you mean?
If you're a charity, is that necessary?
To pay a CEO $1.2 million?
Yeah.
I don't think so. To me, I don't approve of that.
Especially if your percentages are factual, that the people donating are people just regular Joes like you and I,
right?
And we're giving up that that extra dollar we could save for something, but we're giving it towards charity,
right?
And then you find out that they're making $1 million. That's that kind of
that your money is going to help pay their salary.
Exactly.
It's disturbing. It is to me, but I mean, if you're okay with it, then hey, you're okay with it. American Red Cross, 84% goes out, and the CEO makes $652,000 a year.
I mean, all right, let me just add this, okay? I understand, and I get the philosophy that, okay, if somebody is going to dedicate a full-time day's work every day to running a particular charity, I mean, sometimes I guess you'd have to have paid positions for somebody to actually do the things that have to be done in certain things. I get that, but only compensate in reality terms. I mean, if you're getting rich off of it, that's the part I found disturbing. If it's a fee that
like I said, like $100,000.
Yeah, all right. So whatever they say the average middle class, something like that. Yeah, I don't have a huge issue with that. As long as they're putting the time in on it as well. If they're not, I mean,
Yeah, but we know just by my intimacy with the Lions Club that it can be done without it.
Yes, I agree.
So it still does bother me, but all right. So then you mentioned Goodwill. Here's another one that this one, it's almost bottom of the barrel. There's worse, but it's almost bottom of the barrel. Goodwill, 57% of all the funds you give them. So 57 cents out of every dollar goes to help somebody else. And their CEO, $2.4 million.
That's ridiculous. And he gets all the free clothes he can wear.
But it's last year's style. So
no wardrobe issues.
Yeah. But there's lots of them that are out there that I just you talk about the animals, ASPCA 75%, Wounded Warrior Project 71%, March of Dimes 49%, United Way 32%. How about the American Cancer Society? Here's one for you that shocked me. American Cancer Society. They've been banned in 30 states because because they're a phony charity. So what I'm saying about this is that it's your money. You give it to whoever you want to give it to. I'm not saying not to. But I'm saying that you may want to look into it a little bit more. Now, like you said earlier, there are some people out there say, listen, my mom and dad died of cancer. I want to give to cancer research. Well, you better do some research of your own because you don't want to give it to the American Cancer Society.
Yeah, research it. Find the one that's a specific.
Right.
A specific. My God, that's a hard word for me today.
Specific. The Pacific Ocean.
Yeah. Find a Pacific.
Yeah, find the Pacific.
Cancer one in that particular case. While we're on that case, this one just popped in my head. Jimmy Fund. Did you happen to?
I did not look at the Jimmy Fund, but you know what? I believe that's 100% because of my involvement with that too. But again, because it's a Charity Navigator, I can look that up for you right now.
Oh, here we go. Good example.
Yeah. So you just go to their website, charitynavigator.org, and if we had a producer here, you could probably see me typing in as I'm going along. But we don't have a producer, so I have to do everything manually. And my computer, there we go. It's a little slow. Well, if
you weren't taking such a large salary for this show, you might be able to afford a producer.
That is true. All right, Jimmy Fund. Jimmy Fund is typed in, and the results are. Ooh. Oh.
A lot of hmms going on.
Well, because it's a local charity, believe it or not. I thought that was a national charity.
That's out of Boston.
I know it's out of Boston, but I thought it was. Hold on, I'm going to go to another thing because what happens is if you list more than one, they list all of the organizations that go with it.
Subsidiaries?
Yeah. I thought it was a national thing here. So I'm going to click on another menu, and it's going to bring me up another thing. All right, Jimmy Fund. A, B, C, D. I know my alphabet, right? Jimmy Fund. Jimmy Fund, 100%.
Good.
So there you go, 100%. Yeah. But again, I thought it was interesting because as much as I like William Shatner, even Shatner didn't know what the charity he likes was generating. So it would behoove you to go to charitynavigator.org, look at the organization you want to donate to before you donate to it.
Now, amongst all of this, where does GoFundMe kick in? I mean, I've been hearing some really bad horror stories as far as people setting up charities or setting up donations, especially through Facebook, where you see, every time it's somebody's birthday, they try to get you to, why don't you start a GoFundMe page for your favorite charity, and you can assign it to their charity, or Amazon.com, same thing. You can go to the SmileAmazon.com.
That is
section. Yeah. And they give a percentage, but and it's legit. They give a percentage of whatever the sales are. So if you buy something, maybe 10 cents, 15 cents towards that purchase goes towards that charity. But if you got millions and millions of people buying, obviously that's going to help that particular charity. But the GoFundMe page, now that's an interesting one, because I was just watching a thing. This actually was today. Well, it could have been a repeat. It was a news story about a couple of people that used they made a phony situation with a homeless guy, and they raised, I don't know, $400,000 through GoFundMe, and it turned out the guy wasn't homeless, and he was part of the whole operation. Which so what, you want to touch on that a little bit? Or?
Well, it happens all the time, and it's becoming a problem, and there are attorney generals that are looking into it and investigating each one that pops up, because people are creating false ones. My child has cancer, my child has this or whatever, my child needs an operation. And so it's very difficult to distinguish the real ones from the fake ones. I will tell you that if you're active in your community, and you don't have to be super active, but I mean, if you know that, the next street over, the house burnt down, and the Miller family is in trouble, and then you see something for the Miller family, it's a fundraiser on GoFundMe, then yeah, it's probably a legit thing.
Right.
But if it's someone, like those old chain letters, if someone gives you a link to make a donation, because like I said, so-and-so's daughter is ill and they need an operation, I would be very leery of that.
But does GoFundMe
yes,
they
make money.
Are they responsible?
No.
If they're so they have a loophole then.
They're like YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and all of those. No, they're just a conduit for what it. Yeah, they're just a conduit for what happens. They make money off of it.
Go back years ago. Remember, it was always we used to talk about this like when we were back in dinosaur days when we were younger. You used to talk about things like, well, if you could just tell somebody get the news out there before obviously computers and stuff, and say, I've got this problem. If I could get everybody to send me $1, how rich I would be.
Right.
Now, I always thought that anything like that was considered illegal, even if it is determined that it's for a particular cause that you can't.
No, it's not like a pyramid scheme or anything. No, that's illegal. You can, if you wanted to have everyone send you $1, then you could, as long as you're honest about it, say, hey, I'm Sonny Rain. Want some money? Everyone send me $1, please. You just can't lie about it. That's all. but who's going to send you $1? Why? So but GoFundMe is there, like I said, to make money. They get 3% off of every transaction and 30 cents. So that's their fee.
So they make money.
Yeah, 3% off of every transaction and 30 cents. That's how much they make off of that every transaction. But some of them are legit, some aren't. Buyer beware. It's up to you to, like I said, just like Charity Navigator, do your homework. If you feel, this is one of the things I've been trying to get Lions to do, our local club. So that's a perfect example that you talk about. How do you know whether it's real or not? All right, so if the house burnt down the street and you want to give, $20 to help them out in the GoFundMe thing, walk over. Go visit your neighbor. Go say hi, whatever. Maybe it's not $20. Maybe it's something they need, and that's what I tell our local club. I'm tired of giving out money. We give out money, give out. Here's a check, here's a check, here's a check. And that's all great. And some things we have to. We just can't do it. But you know what? Maybe that family needs blankets, or maybe they need. There was one they needed a new floor, so we're going to buy a new floor for them.
You got me thinking. On the same token, I'm not going to get into who, what, where. It's not important. But a particular organization was deciding that they wanted to do Christmas gifts for kids, and for many years in a row, it was don't stop down and donate. Some kind of a puzzle, a game, a toy gun, whatever. Just collect different toys and bring them down and put them in the box, and they would be distributed prior to Christmas to low-income families or people that in need of Christmas presents.
Right.
But then all of a sudden, year before last, they switched it and said, no, now we just want cash, just cash and checks. We don't want to do that. Now that made me a little more apprehensive, because I'm like, well, now I don't know. Is there going to be a spreadsheet available? Do I get to look at it later and say, okay, how much did you actually raise in cash? How much was actually spent on things? Is there a balance left over? I mean, that's when you start to get a little bit concerned. Okay. So then that makes me say, well, then I'd rather pick out a family myself and go buy a particular family in need $25 or $50 or $100 worth of gifts that I can actually see for myself where that money's going. So
Well, the first thing that I would do for that is, and if they refuse to do this, then there's an issue, is they should give you their EIN number, their employee identification number. You can punch that into the IRS website and find out whether it's a legit thing or not. If they're collecting toys or money or anything, they have to have an EIN number. They have to. If not, then they're operating illegally. Now, are they doing something illegal? Maybe, maybe not. But they definitely are operating illegally, because in order to operate, you have to have an EIN number. You have to. So
because
and then good luck opening a bank account without one.
And another situation happened years ago, and again, for libel purposes, I'm not going to name names, but this particular well-known organization, I heard from inside sources that actually worked there. They actually had paid positions, for people to work there.
Mm-hmm.
But they were always given first cracks at anything that came through the door.
Oh, yeah.
The employees could take what they wanted first before it was put out on shelves and sold and stuff. So, again,
there's always bad apples.
There's always stuff that, and again, the point being, not that it makes the charity completely bad, but if you want your buck to go further, like you said, you got to check it out.
Yep.
And if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably a donkey.
Yeah. Well, it's the holidays. It's the time of giving, and I just, I think people should be aware and know what's going on and try to help out. And like I said, if there's something dear to your heart, you really want to help out something specific, do some research and find out. I will tell you, like the Lions Club and there's others, Rotary, Shriners. They use their money to help a lot of things, not just one specific thing. Although they all have their one specific thing.
Knights of Columbus.
Yep, Knights of Columbus, KSC. Lions are eyes, Shriners are children. But they still do other things as well. So they're a general type of organization.
The Masons.
Yeah, Shriners, Masons,
yeah.
That I always feel comfortable giving to, because I know that they're going to help others. But hey, like everything out there, folks, just do your research. Just do a little bit of homework. Take 10 seconds. Go to that website. Once again, charitynavigator.org. Not that I get any money from them, but I'm just saying it's a good launching point.
But on a personal basis, my own personal belief and my own how I feel is that take care of home first. You know, I see a lot of overseas charities, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. But when I see the suffering that goes on in our own country that we're not dealing with, and we're giving, and these charity organizations are advertising on a constant basis to get our money, hey, I don't know, do what you want, but I think we should take care of our own first. And then if there's stuff left over, by all means.
I agree completely.
Help
that was
everybody,
something my mom always said. Yeah, I agree completely.
You know, I can't digest having American veterans who've, you know, put their lives on the line for this country living in old refrigerator boxes on the streets, and then we're going to send money over to, you know, this country or that country for their problems. Hey,
right,
let's take care of our problems first. But again, if you're going to give money, that's a wonderful thing. Just do your research. Make sure that you get your every bang for your buck.
Well said. Very good. Very good.
Okay.
All right, folks. We're going to take a commercial break right now, and we're going to be right back after
I'm going to go inside too.
You're going to go inside. You're going to warm up.
What?
You're going to.
Yeah. All right. Hold on.
All right.
Yeah,
you go.
Thank you.
You go inside.
Here, so
I'm going to join
go.
up. All right. I'm going to go join Phil Collins and look for some illegal aliens. All right. All right. We'll be back. All right.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
Ugh, what are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
What are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. It's been a long time since we've had an adventure in the forest.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
You're right. I should get out.
Yeah, the forest is not that far away.
Hey, Mom!
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Fountain of Thought podcast, listen you will. Funny they are. Talk about anything and everything they do. Wit and charm DJs Dennis and Sonny have. FountainofThought.com, website you go. There is no try, only do.
All right. Welcome back. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor or advertising on our show, please drop us an email at talkfot@gmail.com or give us a call at 413-612-8037. I see you're inside now. Are you
much warmer? Much warmer.
Much warmer? Okay. I got a little kind of change that's going to happen. And are you ready for this one?
I don't like change.
You don't like change?
No? Go ahead.
Hey, really? Okay. All right.
No.
All right.
The moment you've been waiting for is finally here. Yes, true or false headlines.
All right, folks. Police blotter headlines is being sponsored by the Ludlow Lions Club. Do you want to help those in need in your neighborhood? Volunteer to help today. You can learn more at their Facebook page by visiting ludlowlions.org or by calling 754-900-ROAR. All right, Sonny. So there is no true or false. I just thought I'd mix it up a little bit, and I want to read to you some police blotter headlines. Now, what those are, if you look in your local newspaper, there's always a section in there, and it tells you, oh, so-and-so got arrested, or so-and-so got pulled over, or there's always some little tidbit in your local newspaper about police things. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. All right. So these are some funny ones that
I was going to say. I'm taking this is going to be amusing.
Yeah, there's just some funny ones that I found. All right. So from Mountain View on Friday, Walmart police receive a report of a newborn infant found in a trash can. That sounds serious. But upon investigation, officers discovered it was only a burrito. Okay. 5 p.m., police were called to Market Square for a report of a suspicious coin. C-O-I-N, a suspicious coin. Investigating officers reported it was a quarter. Police solved case of the missing bacon. A Grand Rapids resident told police last week that someone had entered his home during the night and taken 5 pounds of bacon from his refrigerator. Upon further investigation, police discovered his wife had gotten up for a late-night snack and was afraid to tell him.
She ate
She ate
5
5
pounds
pounds of bacon.
Oh, groovy, baby.
I mean, I might be able to polish off maybe a pound because that sucker shrivels up when you cook it, but 5 pounds?
Wow.
Ooh, okay. A caller reported at 7:14 p.m. that someone was on a porch yelling, "Help! Help!" from a residence on Bank Street. Officers responded and learned that the person was calling a cat that was named Help.
That
8:20.
That was stupid.
8:28 a.m. A Lamphere court woman said her son was attacked by a cat, and the cat would not allow her to take her son to the hospital.
That one I don't doubt.
Yeah.
I have a
'Cause you're-
psychotic cat.
All right, here's one about a squirrel. A man reported that a squirrel was running in circles on Davis Drive and was not sure if it was sick or had been hit by a car. An officer soon responded, and as he drove on the street, he ran over the squirrel.
Oh, no.
Police were informed February 25th by a resident of the 1000 block of Raritan Drive that a family in the area is taking over the minds of local dogs and turning them against their owners.
I believe it.
Police were advised by the person that the only way to protect a dog is to install an anti-force field on his head before letting him go outside.
Tin foil.
A 38-year-old Cole Avenue man reported that his home was invaded on September 9th. The man said that he was sitting home alone, masturbating, and watching a pornographic movie when a man came down into the basement holding a gun and started to videotape him. The man said that before he left, the intruder fed his dog some mushrooms, and the dog died. I didn't read all of these ahead of time.
That's news to me.
2:58 p.m. The Learning Center on Hanson Street reports a man across the way stands at his window for hours watching the center, making parents very nervous. Police ID'd the subject as a cardboard cutout of Arnold Schwarzenegger. In Fairfield, filed a complaint with police on Sunday about...
Imagine everybody right now is going, wow, neither one of them did an Arnold joke on that one. Imagine that.
It's not a tumor.
I'll be back.
In Fairfield, filed a complaint with police on Sunday about someone ringing his doorbell and leaving a photocopy of buttocks on his front stoop. The complainant, Edgar Butts, told police that the incident has happened several times in the past 2 weeks. There's some kids who are a little bored. 1:33 p.m. in Sonora. A man came to the sheriff's department to find out how to legally kill a person who has been harassing him. Think they gave him advice?
They did what?
A man came to the sheriff's department to find out how to legally kill a person who has been harassing him. Wednesday, February 14th, 9:36 a.m. Suspicious person and circumstance. A woman from Northfield turned over to the police department some marijuana that was found in a parking lot. If you lost a bag of marijuana, please come to the Northfield Police Department and claim the bag.
Is it legal there?
I don't know when this was written, and I don't know where Northfield they're talking about, but I would say no, because you're not allowed to have a bag of it, even if it is legal. I mean,
well, it depends on how big
the bag is, I guess. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I don't know. All right. A 34-year-old Mount Pleasant man was arrested Wednesday and lodged at the Isabella County Jail for domestic assault for pulling the arm of a woman and hitting her in the head with a submarine sandwich. January 24th, assault, 2:30 p.m., 1500 block of Auburn Way North. 2 students of unspecified gender told police they were assaulted in some way on their way home from an unspecified school by an unspecified number of assailants, perhaps sustaining unspecified injuries or none at all. Police did not comment further. Deputy responded to a report of a vehicle stopping at mailboxes, and it was...
the postman.
There you go. Yep, you called it. This is from Blaine, a theft. A woman in the 1900 block of 129th Lane Northeast reported on October 15th that someone must have stole her mail because she did not receive birthday cards from some of her friends.
Oh, yeah.
8:29 p.m., police received a call from a Du Bois woman who said she smelled something funny in her room last night. She believed that it might be her husband. Why would you call the cops because your husband's farting?
If a clown farts, you think that would smell funny?
Yeah, it would. I was expecting your little something there. I gave you a fart joke. I teed it up for you.
Wait for it.
I got a scratchy
I'm sorry.
throat today.
I was distracted because of that. Going back a couple lines where you said that poor lady that was waiting for her birthday cards.
Yeah.
It's funny because my best friend didn't send me a birthday card this year. It was
Your best
odd.
friend gave
My
you
best-
one of the best birthday presents you've ever had.
Yes,
so
my best friend
shut
didn't
the
send
front
me
door.
He didn't send a birthday card
Yeah.
that I could remember it all by.
Oh, okay.
Very, very strange. Very strange indeed.
I will call John and make sure he sends you a card. Police checked the area and found an open door in the back of the building. An officer went inside and called out, "Marco!" The man's name... There you go. The man's name was not Marco, Detective Tim Dorr said. Instead, the officer was trying to inject some humor into the situation. Police found the suspect after he responded,
Polo.
There you go. All right, we got just a couple left here. 6:12 p.m., 4700 block, Portside Drive, Vermilion. Man put icy hot on his...
His
told you I did not read these ahead of time.
His
Man
testes.
put icy hot on his wife's vibrator. Divorce pending. And here is the last one. An Edgewood man reportedly recently... An Edgewood man reported recently that his wife had gone missing some 18 months ago. So you wait a year and a half and call the cops and say, "Hey, my wife is missing"? I think the investigation's gonna start with him.
That's like those carpool lanes on highways. You're not supposed to drive in if you're only one person. Cop pulls you over and says you're one person, and then you look at him and say, "Yeah, you're gonna feel rather stupid when you find out I got somebody in the trunk." You know what I'm saying?
Bum. Yeah, great.
Let's play Hollywood Soundbite Theater.
All right, Sonny and I will each pick a contestant to play for and then volley 3 movie sound clips at each other with a chance to earn a point for movie title, character, and actor. If we correctly identify all 3, 5 points is awarded. We're allowed 1 clue and 1 pass per game. Each week, the winning contestant's name will be entered into our monthly $25 gift card giveaway. Register for all our contestants at fountainofthought.com. And this will mark the last of this week's entries. Next week, we will pull the winner. And, Sonny, you are playing for... Charlotte Kirkitidis? Kirkitetas. Kirkitidis? Something like that. Charlotte. I have her contact information, so if she wins, we'll pass it on. But sorry I'm butchering your name. But you're playing for Charlotte. And I am playing for Dolly Robbins. Dolly Robbins. All right. So I'm going to be kind to you this week because I am sick and tired of losing at Hollywood Soundbites, and I'm going to be forcefully changing it. Don't like
You mean
it.
forcefully changing it?
I mean,
It's my segment. You can't forcefully change my segment.
I'm doing it whether you like it or not. So I don't know who is. I'm just going to say whoever you get, fine, I'll give you the 5 points because I lose every week any week, so it doesn't matter. So who's going first?
Well, first of all, the subject is what?
Oh, the subject is sci-fi comedy. Right. Sci-fi comedy.
Sci-fi comedy. And I actually am going easy on you this week because
I
really felt bad that you're basically a loser when it comes to the segment.
I am. That's why I don't like this segment anymore.
Right.
This used to be one of my favorite segments. Who's going first?
You know why? Because when I was drunk, you used to win all the time.
Oh. Who's going first?
I'm going first.
All right, go.
Okay, here we go. You go first.
There's a red thingy moving toward the green thingy.
What?
Red thingy moving toward the green thingy.
Galaxy Quest, Tony Shalhoub. Don't remember the character name, though. Damn it. Rand? No.
Great, you get a point. It wasn't Tony Shalhoub. It was another guy you would have. It was the guy who didn't have a name. He was red shirt number 5 or whatever. That's who it was. But I'll give you the 1 point for it. So that's where you're at. 1.
Okay, there you go. Here's your first one.
Okay.
I guess irony can be pretty ironic sometimes. But it's his ship now. He's the top dog. The big man. Numero uno honcho. The head cheese.
So it's going to be Airplane, William Shatner, and I don't know what character he played.
Actually, you get.
Or do you want Airplane 2? No, Airplane 2.
I'm sorry, it's too late for the.
No, I'm giving myself 2 points.
First of all, what was this? You had an objection to that one? Were you going to try to say that wasn't sci-fi comedy?
Well, when I heard it first, I thought I was. No. When I heard it first, I was going to say that's not from a movie, but then it clicked in my head. So, all right.
Oh my God! This is a landmark. You're leading.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. All right. Here is number 2 for you.
Jenny Starpepper and the Great Brass Hen?
No.
The Robot's Mistress?
I like romances.
That's kind of a romance.
Between a woman and a machine?
Yeah.
I hear that.
And I will accept any of the stars, not just one, any of them.
I'm going to pass.
You're going to pass right off the bat?
I'm going to pass on that one, yeah.
All right. It's from the movie Paul.
I was going to say it, damn it.
Yeah. So, all right. I'll pass on that one. All right. Here is your next one.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
Kelly LeBrock, Lisa, Weird Science.
Ooh. He got them all right. He takes the points. He is now at 6, folks. 6.
You ready for this one?
Yeah.
Are you the kind of kid who reads the last page of a mystery first? Who pesters the magician to tell you his tricks? Who sneaks downstairs to peek at his Christmas presents? No, of course you're not. That's why I'm not going to tell you.
I'm not going to tell you.
You know what? I know all of these, but I can't think of it. It's the one with the spaceship where he plays the video game and he goes and he wins and they take him off to space and he ends up being, it's one of my great movies. I love it. And I don't remember him and I don't remember the guy's name. He was something unusual. And then he's a gay actor that I actually love. I think he's hilarious and I can't think of him either. So yeah, so just give me 0. What is it?
I'm going to give you a point because you did such a great job describing
explaining it.
I know that the old age is kicking into that old brain of yours. The Last Starfighter.
Last Starfighter. Oh, and he had a one-word name. His name was one word.
Centauri.
Centauri. Yep.
And that was Robert Preston.
There we go. Yep. Okay.
We'll give you a point. We'll give you a point.
Oh, great. Thanks. So
you're welcome.
It's 6-3.
Yeah.
All right. Here's your last one.
She's into Malakas, Dino.
Should I lay a big 5 on you right now?
Yeah, because I know it's easy. Yeah.
No, I'm going to say Dr. Detroit.
You're full of it. You know who it is.
I'm not gonna have you just sacrifice the game like this.
No,
I don't
you know
like
who
this.
it is.
You're being mean.
You know who it
You're
is.
trash. Of course I know. I know but you can't use the same soundbite from the same movie.
Who says? Who says? That's not in the rules. That is not in the rules.
I make the rules as I go along.
That is not in the rules.
And that is now a rule. You can't use the same.
That is
from now on, folks. Don't listen to him. This is my segment. You can only use one movie. Weird Science.
There you go.
Yes, and it was
Good.
Michael Anthony Hall. And his name was Gary.
All right. What's my last one?
And he's into Malakas, Dino. Oh, let's see which one I'm going to give you. How about this one?
Right. Kick ass. Well, don't want to sound like a dick or nothing, but it says on your chart that you're fucked up. You talk like a fag, and your shit's all retarded. What I do is just like you know, you know what I mean? Like,
I have no clue. Hard pass.
Oh, come on. You're going to pass?
Yeah, hard pass.
Oh, dude. We always what do we compare with where life's going to this day right now?
Idiocracy?
Yes.
That's Idiocracy?
That's the doctor.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
can't believe it. Okay, here's your last one. You ready?
All right. Yeah.
Oh, no. Not again.
Alien. I can't remember his name, nor do I know the character he played.
How could it be Alien? Is that a comedy? When did Alien become a comedy?
I don't know.
Seriously?
I don't know.
Seriously?
I don't know. That's my
Really?
guess. That's my guess.
No, that's not your guess. That is really pathetic. How could Alien possibly be a comedy?
You haven't seen the comedy edition?
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Sure you were.
Yeah, I was thinking Spaceballs. All right. So once again, you won. Can you see that? There you go. 11-3. All right, great. That's great. We're going to work on changing that because next week I want to do name that theme song. So what we're going to do, name that theme song. We're going to take turns, just like the old game show. Name that tune, and I'm going to say I can name that theme song in 30 seconds, and you'll say, well, I can name that in 25 seconds. And then I'll say, well, I can name that theme song in 20 seconds. And then you're going to say, name that theme song.
Only the person who wins can choose next week's game. Since you haven't won, you haven't chosen.
No,
Now, you have two choices. You can either win, or you can ask me nicely if it's okay to change my segment.
Sonny, can we change your segment, please?
Well, since you put it that way, yes.
Oh, thank you. You know what? You were
It's going to be still movies and...
themes. So now you have to have TV shows.
Okay, but all right, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's still
movies or
entertainment,
TV
right?
shows.
Okay, yeah.
Anything
All right, I gotcha.
with a movies or TV show. Yeah.
It's time to dig deep. That only means one thing. It's time for questions from my side.
All right, folks, this is being sponsored by Cobbler's Corner on the corner of Arkansas and Bowen in Pantego, Texas, where you're going to find expert craftsmanship at unbeatable prices. Tell them you heard this ad and receive a 20% discount off of any repair. Give them a call at 817-460-0600, where they're going to save your soul and gladly die for you.
You do get rewarded if you date Dennis.
That is true, you do. All right, this is pretty simple. And I can't, two of them stuck together. I'm going to pull out some questions that listeners or viewers have sent in, read them, and we are going to answer them. And the first one is, God, what does that say? Where do you guys really think this podcast is heading? I really think this podcast is heading to making me a billionaire. I am going to be the neft. I'm going to be the neft. The neft. Jeff Bezos.
You know what I'd say about that?
I don't know where it's going. I don't know. It's we have a good time. I like it. I think it's fun, and it's entertainment. That's all. You know,
That's
not
it.
to be
That's
taken
it.
too seriously. But
I have no expectations in my life right now anymore. I almost died, and now that I'm alive, just go one day at a time. Just cruise along.
that was. You know, can you name that theme song?
What?
One day at a time. This is it. This is it. No, see,
Oh,
I'm
by
going to
the
win
way-
it. I'm going
by
to
the
win
way,
at this.
folks,
I'm going to win at this.
I can guarantee you
gonna
next
win
week's
at this.
segment is going to be all
70s, all 70s.
70 songs, because this is what he lives in the 70s and the 80s.
All right, here is the next question, and it reads, why do you think politics are always injected into sports? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119 Pretty much. I don't think they always are, but I don't know why, and I really don't care. I just wish they didn't do it.
It's because Joe Buck knows everything.
Oh, joebucksucks.com coming to an internet near you. All right, here is the last one. And no one's taken that website either, by the way. I keep looking, and I'm so tempted to buy that, but I'm a cheap bastard. All right. Lots of scribbles on this one. If your great-grandparent suddenly appeared, what would they be most amazed by? If your great-grandparent suddenly appeared, what would they be most amazed by?
My great-grandparent?
Yes, your your great-great-grandparent. So 2 of them. So one father, grandparent, great-grandparent. 1, 2, 3, 4 generations ago.
How the hell do I know?
Your great-great-grandpa. I think. Now I don't know.
I didn't even know grandfather, grandmother, grandfather, grandparent.
It says grandparent. It doesn't specify.
I don't know what they would think, but my grandparents were born. All my grandparents were born in 1899 to 1901. Okay, that's my grandparents. Okay, grandparents. Now you want to go back 2 more generations after that? Let's pass the Civil War, for God's sakes. How the hell do I know?
What would they be most? What would someone from the Civil War era be most amazed with today?
Well, gee, take your pick. It's a stupid question.
Hey, they send them in. I read them. I don't write them.
That's a stupid question. Whoever wrote that.
It's a stupid question. All right.
Stupid question.
Sonny's pet peeve
of the week.
What you got for us?
For those of you who live in cold weather climates, when the temperature drops down to 30, 40 degrees, why do you always get that guy that's got to walk around in summer shorts? Okay, why? I mean, what's the purpose? Is it supposed to impress everybody? We're supposed to say, oh, look at how tough he is because he can leave his shorts on and go walk outside in that brisk, cold air? Listen, you look stupid, okay? Dress appropriately. It's wintertime. Look like you fit in, all right?
Yeah.
Shorts in the wintertime look stupid, and that, my friend, is my pet peeve of the week.
Good job. Excellent. All right. Final thoughts?
My final thought of today is I'm going to whip your ass on the,
you think so? On theme songs?
Yeah, definitely.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think so.
You're in trouble.
I don't.
Big trouble.
I don't think so.
And also this.
Dennis likes to joke around that he's the pit master of the world and all of that, and he is.
And there's always that.
Yeah, there is. All right, folks. Great episode. If you have an idea for an episode or something you want us to do or talk about, send it in, and we'll take it under advisement. Leave your opinion or your thoughts on our listener line. Once again, 413-612-8037. Reminding everyone to subscribe to our podcast via your listening or viewing preference. And don't forget to visit our website at fountainofthought.com for contests, polls, and so much more. And remember, everyone, be a fountain,
not a drain.
What's your language, you bud? We're on the air.
Okay, it's time for North Korean radio, and this one goes out to the donger.
Well, I guess that makes our naughty parts tingle.
That's news to me.
No, you're doing it all wrong.
2 in the box. Ready to go. We be fast and they be slow.
An invertebrate scum sucker whose moral dipstick's about 2 drops short of bone dry.
The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number.